So PainKiller was, another cousin actually he broke his back and he snowboarding, and they put him on painkillers. And then he got addicted, as I think it's something crazy like 50% of people get addicted, which is like, why do we keep giving them to people? And then so from there he started doing heroin. And so he has just sort of detached from reality. He's very numb even when he's not, he's not doing heroin anymore that we know of, but it's kind of hard to tell with those kind of addictions. And so when I started thinking about it, it was like, I felt all of this empathy for him at first, and then I felt frustration that he wasn't open to help or open to anything that the family said. And then I realized that it's really not that far from, I have things that I use as painkillers, and everyone does, and so that kind of inspired the song. Line is, don't tell me to quit because I don't have a problem.
Don't tell me to quit, because I don't have a problem.
Just, I don't know, for me, I've had things in my life where I'm like, that's not an issue, I'm fine, like, what do you mean? So, and for me, like I talked about that night, for a while it was like my numbing thing was just having very meaningless relationships, flings, men, just like in and out of my life, and just sort of like these really crazy, like fighting and emotionally abusive things, and just like this addiction to it. And then when I'd find someone who was really sweet and loving and would treat me right, I'd just be like, yeah, So I had to realize that about myself and be like, is this really a pattern I want to repeat my whole life? Or do I want to say like, no, I'll go through like the pain of being alone, learning how to be on my own 2 feet, and getting healthy so I attract someone healthy.
As a musician, you're a storyteller as well, and the best stories are the ones that come from a place of experience and honesty.
Yeah.
And so I think for me personally, the PainKiller song, I resonated on the relationship level as well. This constant need to like find someone to like fix me or fill me or some way, somehow. Well, it was interesting because I wrote it it was a co-writing session, so it was 3 people, and when I told them that, because it was happening right then, like it was so weird for me because I had this one cousin on one side of my family try an attempt of suicide, and then right after that I found out my other cousin was in the hospital because he had overdosed on heroin but didn't actually die. So it was like these 2 things where they both were so close to death and both so close to me and my family. It was just this sort of a weird thing to have happening at the same time.
And it's so good now, but it won't be forever. Break me down, and then you make it better. This is how you fall. It's how you fall. And it's so good now, but it won't be forever. Break me down, and then you make it better. This is how you fall in love with a killer, PainKiller.
So I went into the session and I said, I have to write about this. And I don't know how. And it started first, it was like very focused on the heroin, and that's kind of when I had this epiphany when I was talking to the guys about why I wanted to write it. It's like, wait a minute, this isn't about a specific thing. Like I said, we all have this. Like, I have this. And so I was like, can we get into that place of things that we do? And so the don't tell me to quit because I don't have a problem was something that my cousin actually said, basically. So, and then just when hit, you're my only option. That was inspired by watching my cousin just break down and have nothing but this one thing to make that he needed so badly to like live.
Just for another dose, you're what I crave the most. It's you